What is up, y'all? It's your girl Evelyn, and welcome to Queer She Said. Today, we're taking a little dip into the queer pop culture zeitgeist, including a brand new Ryan Murphy series, an HGTV show starring lesbians, insert Home Depot joke, and last but not least, Kehlani is making baby music. No, literally, she's making music for infants. We're diving into all of that and a tiny bit more on today's episode of Queer She Said. So Ryan Murphy is back at it again with not only one, but two brand new shows on the horizon. Now, the thing about me is I'm gonna get excited every time Ryan Murphy drops anything horror related. I can't help it. Is he perfect? No. Am I disappointed 50% of the time? Yes, but I'm still gonna watch. And Grotesquerie is no different. So Grotesquerie is Ryan Murphy's latest show. I believe it's coming out this fall. And basically it's about something called mean world syndrome. It's this type of cognitive bias where people perceive the world as being more dangerous than it actually is. And the reason people perceive the world to be more dangerous is based on the media we consume. So like based on what we're watching on TV, what we see on social media, just the internet as a whole, pretty much all of Reddit, I assume, that all contributes to mean world syndrome. Now, based on just that, I'm intrigued. I find the concept of mean world syndrome to be very compelling, and I would watch a whole ass show centered around it. But then Ryan sweetens the pot because he announces that my girl, Mrs. Niecey Nash-Betts, is going to be starring in Grotesquerie. Ryan, girl, say less. I'm there. I'm already there. Now, if that wasn't enough, then he drops this audio-only teaser on Instagram. And from what I can tell, it seems to be Niecey's character either talking to someone on the phone or leaving a message. It's kind of long, but I do want to play a little clip just so you can get a taste of what she says.
I don't know when it started. I can't put my finger on it, but it's different now. It's not getting better.
So like I said, that was just a little clip. If you're interested, I highly recommend you go onto Ryan's Instagram and listen to the whole thing. It's really good. Also, very little has been released about the plot, so I have no idea if Niecey's character is gay. But one thing about Ryan Murphy, he loves him a lesbian. I wouldn't be surprised. I hope she's gay. I'll still watch no matter what. So that's Grotesquerie. He has this other show coming out called Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story. Now this, of course, is based on the real life murder committed by the Menendez brothers of their parents. It was either like the late 80s or the early 90s, but these two brothers killed their parents. And I think one of them is gay. Maybe? I'm not really sure. True crime involving queers is very much Ryan's current bag. And I'm guessing this is going to be very similar to Dahmer, given the monster title of it. I mean, Dahmer was amazing. This is probably going to be pretty good. Moving on. Now, this is a terrible segue because this is probably the fluffiest part of the show right now. But it is my current favorite thing. And that is Reneé Rapp discovering lesbian things. Again, the fluffiest of stories. Okay, so if you missed my last podcast, Reneé recently switched teams. She used to be on the bisexual team and now she's on the lesbian team. Well, since then, Reneé has been going through what I would call lesbian puberty, right? Like she's discovering lesbian things for the first time and I love it. We're just gonna go down a list of things that Reneé has discovered since coming out. So the first thing she discovered is that the L Word theme song is both the best song and the worst song in the entire world.
Women who long love lust, women who give.
So here's a clip of Reneé. I think she's on tour talking about the L Word theme song.
It's basically just like rapping, singing the same pedal note. You guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah, okay, come on. Give it to me a little bit. Talking, laughing, fucking, breathing, crying, fucking, drinking, fucking, crying, drinking, cheating, fucking, cheating. All they do is cheat.
So the thing is, I have always unironically loved the L Word theme song. Like, I'm not even joking. I love it. I love that song. I mean, come on. I mean, it's the way that we live. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm sorry. So the next thing that Reneé has discovered is that sometimes, not always, but sometimes lesbians have complicated feelings for their close female friends. So Reneé recently admitted that one of the songs on her album Snow Angel, she wrote for her best friend. And the song is called I Do. And I'm going to play just a little snippet of it.
When we're saying I love you, I mean it different than you do.
Oh, poor Reneé. Look. Having complicated feelings for a close female friend is honestly, it's just a rite of passage for queer women. It's gonna happen. So something else Reneé has discovered is what all lesbians have known for quite some time. And that is that Justin Bieber is in fact a lesbian woman. I don't know how the science shakes out, okay? I just know what I see. And shout out to all my lesbians listening to this who look like Justin Bieber, because I know at least like 30% of you do, and I love you for it. And last but not least, Reneé has discovered how much fun it is playing Fuck, Marry, or Kill L Word Edition. Now, Reneé said she would kill Jenny, fuck Bet, and marry Shane. And because her answers are based on the OG L word, I am a little concerned about her answer because I don't know how someone could marry OG Shane and still love themselves. I'm just saying. All right, so moving on. I don't know if you guys have heard or not, but Kehlani has made a baby album. So apparently Kehlani teamed up with Jhené Aiko, who's also a singer, and apparently Jhené has been making baby music for years. This is not her first baby music rodeo. Like, this is volume 4. I didn't know this was such a thriving industry. The things you just miss when you don't have children, I guess. And look, Kehlani's a mother herself, as is Jhené. It's very unsurprising that they would team up and make baby music. Now, I did listen to a couple of tracks. Shout out to track 8, Gentle Night Whispers for Rest is my shit. You know what though? It reminds me of Andre 3000's Flute Only album, which I recently posted about on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, what are you doing? Anyway, Andre's Flute album, fantastic. And I'm being sincere. I listened to it while I'm working. Anyway, back to Kehlani. Sorry. Oh, also, people think she's getting ready to drop a new album because recently she teased a brand new song on Instagram, and the song she teased uses a sample of one of my favorite songs, which is Move Your Body by Nina Sky. So anyway, Kehlani posted this little teaser, and if you're listening to the audio only version of the podcast, I highly recommend you head over to Kehlani's Instagram and watch the little teaser. I'll put it this way. Kehlani is a blessing to both the ears and the eyes. That's all I'm gonna say. Moving on, we have a couple of HGTV lesbians. So the show is called Small Town Potential, and it stars an engaged couple, Davina, who is a real estate agent, and Kristen, who is a builder. So in this show, Kristen and Davina help people find affordable housing and then make it unaffordable. You know, HGTV gentrification. It's a thing. Look it up. I'm just kidding. I mean, it is a thing, but I think they're in the Hudson Valley. I think that's probably fine. Now, I'm not a huge HGTV watcher. The few shows that I have watched on HGTV are usually gardening related because I'm 87 years old and that's what we like. Anywho, pretty sure the first episode or 2 are already up. Now, we do have a few pieces of quick good gay news. The first is that singer, writer, actress, Beyonce's little sister, Solange Knowles, is currently working on a book about a pioneering Black queer artist named Ameza Lee Meredith. She was a woman born in 1895 who lived her entire life as an out lesbian. I mean, talk about blazing a trail. Like, goddamn. Not to mention, Ameza was designing homes back when women and Black people were prohibited from being architects. She was still fucking doing it. Badass. Anyway, Ameza was amazing, and I love Solange for shining a light on a woman who not enough people know about. Next piece of super quick good gay news. I just want to congratulate actress / filmmaker Zoe Lister-Jones. She recently came out saying, "I'm here, I'm queer, I have some fear, but I'm working through it." Girl, welcome to the family. Happy to have you. So technically, there's nothing gay about this next story, but all of the queer outlets are reporting on it like it's gay, so I'm gonna do it too. So in the year of 2024, Dolly Parton and Pitbull have collabed on a song. The song is called Powerful Women, but I mean, it truly is just a remix of 9 to 5. Like, Pitbull raps his verses, Dolly sings the chorus of 9 to 5, and then Dolly also has a spoken verse, like it's rap adjacent.
Mama worked hard her entire life. She had 12 kids at 35.
So yeah, this remix has divided the internet because, you know, everything divides the internet. But apparently a lot of folks do not like it. And look, I'll say this much. This song is about female empowerment, okay? It's about lifting up women, and it is so, so positive, okay? Actually, I also wanted to talk about this new show coming to Netflix called Ripley, and it's about a disturbed young man who becomes obsessed with another young man, much to the chagrin of the young man's girlfriend. And let's just say shenanigans ensue. Now, Ripley is based on a novel called The Talented Mr. Ripley, which was written by none other than our girl, Patricia Highsmith, aka the woman who wrote The Price of Salt, better known as Carol. Now, in the 90s, they made a film of the same name starring Matt Damon, and I won't lie, I think that movie was just as good as the book. I love the book and I love the movie. And because of that, I gotta be honest, not super excited about this new iteration. It's also in black and white for some reason. I don't know. Although I will say I like the cast. It stars Andrew Scott, who was in All of Us Strangers, which I thought was a good gay movie. Didn't care for the ending. Also, Dakota Fanning is in this. She plays the girlfriend. Actually, I just watched this Dakota Fanning movie like a couple weeks ago, and it traumatized me so bad. Oh my God. And it's not even like a new movie. It came out in like, I want to say like the 2010s. It's called Brimstone. Have you guys seen this movie? I know I'm supposed to be talking about Ripley, but this movie seriously traumatized me. It stars her, Jon Snow, Kit Harington. I need to stop calling that man Jon Snow. His name is Kit Harington. It stars her, Kit Harington, and Guy Pearce. And it is so fucked up. And the only reason I watched it was because I was chatting with my mother. And she was like, last night I watched the worst movie ever. And so I was like, bitch, what? And she was like, it's called Brimstone. Oh, it was the worst thing I've ever seen. Now, I don't know what's wrong with me, but whenever someone says that they just watched like the worst movie, I feel like I have to watch that movie. So... So I decided to watch Brimstone. Now, of course, I looked up nothing about this movie whatsoever. And oh my God, I'm gonna tell you what this movie's about. This movie is about this lady played by Dakota Fanning. And basically, every bad thing that can happen to a woman in the West happens to this lady. That's the whole motherfucking movie. Like, each terrible thing is just more diabolical than the last until the very end. And the end, I've never hated the end of a movie more than I've hated the end of Brimstone. It was fucking terrible. And I am not at all suggesting y'all watch Brimstone. I saw Dakota Fanning's name and I got triggered. Anyway, so back to Ripley. Yeah, I might check out Ripley. I might not. We'll see. So in case you didn't know, Inside Out has a brand new sequel on the horizon. And in the sequel, the main character, Riley, is now a teenager. And so recently the trailer dropped. And according to some sapphics on Twitter, Riley seems like she might be a little fruity. So they're specifically referring to this scene in the trailer where I guess Riley meets a group of girls at an ice hockey rink. And let's be honest, that already sounds kind of gay. Also, one of the girls has pink hair. So make of that what you will. I do think it's worth mentioning that in the sequel, Riley gets a bunch of new emotions. So anxiety is voiced by Maya Hawke and envy is voiced by Ayo Edebiri. Make of that what you will. That is it for this episode. Again, if you're not following me on Instagram or the podcast on Instagram, you should. Also, I did recently drop a True Detective Night Country postmortem over on Patreon. And that is it for this week. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And I will see you in the next one.